Resolución 02-17-95. Autoevaluación para el registro calificado. Julián Cruz, Andrés Monsalvo, and Darwin Sánchez.
Okay, now let's start with some interesting things about this resolution. So this resolution was created on November 19, 2020, and its main objective is to establish the parameters for self-evaluation, verification, and evaluation of each of the program quality conditions, which must be demonstrated in order to obtain, modify, or renew the qualified registration of higher education academic programs. Another interesting thing is that this registration is only available for higher education institutions that are authorized by law for the offer and development of higher education academic programs, like our university in our program.
For obtaining, modifying, or renewing the qualified registration of higher education academic programs, um, now we will explain the parameters to follow according to Ley 1188-2008 y el Decreto número 1075-2015, modificado por el Decreto número 1330-2019, that the quality conditions are the following. The first will be denominación del programa, justificación del programa, aspectos curriculares, organización de actividades académicas y proceso formativo, investigación, innovación y o creación artística y cultural, relación con el sector externo, profesores, medios educativos e infraestructura física y tecnológica. Okay, in terms of denominación del programa, this one is related with the title that will appear in the diploma at the end of the program. It's the way that we are going to identify the academic program. So let's start with the Article 6, who is the assignment of the name to the academic program. This name of the program must be related with el título que se va a otorgar, el nivel de formación, los contenidos curriculares y el perfil del egresado. For the assignment of this title, requirements related to cultural aspects, qualified control, among others, are important to be considered. And to conclude this part, the Article 7, all of the above should be related to the article that appears on the screen. Now in terms of renovation, when the institution requests the renovation of the qualified registration with a modification in the denomination of the academic program and the degree to be guaranteed,
deberá presentar, soportado en el Sistema Interno de Aseguramiento de la Calidad y en uno o varios informes de autoevaluación, lo dispuesto en el artículo 54 de la presente resolución y la evidencia del análisis que realizó para la definición de la denominación programa y el título a otorgar, de conformidad con lo dispuesto en el artículo 6 o de la presente resolución y el artículo 2.5.3.2.3.2 del Decreto número 1075 de 2015, modificado por el Decreto número 1330 de 2019.
In justificación del programa, the institution must justify the creation of the academic program as part of the education and formation fields, as stated in Article 8. Also, according to Article 9, the institution must present the justification of the academic program, including the following indicators: personas inscritas, admitidas y matriculadas en el primer curso, total de matriculados y graduados, tasas de deserción y empleabilidad de los egresados. Additionally, for the renovation of this part, and following Articles 56.
La institución deberá presentar soportado en el Sistema Interno de Aseguramiento de la Calidad y en uno o varios informes de autoevaluación, la justificación de la continuación del programa académico en la modalidad o modalidades y en el lugar o lugares de desarrollo, teniendo en cuenta los aspectos descritos en el artículo 8 de esta resolución.
The aspectos curriculares are supported by Article 10. where the institution must design the curricular content according to el campo o campos de educación y formación del programa y en coherencia con la modalidad o modalidades, el nivel de formación, la tipología y la entidad institucional. In the part of the curricular content, it must have two different components that will be starting with the Article 11 componentes formativos. There are the elements of the general curriculum that support the students' formative process from admission to graduation. It will be the Plan General de Estudios, Resultados de Aprendizaje, Perfil de Egreso. And continue with the Article 14, componentes pedagógicos. Article 16, componentes de interacción. Article 18, conceptualización teórica y epistemológica del programa. And Article 20, mecanismos de evaluación.
So I'm going to talk about key aspects of Chapter 4, 5 and 6 and their respective conditions for the renewal and or modifications. So first of all, keep in mind the reasons why it's important to know about them. The main one is because the parameters of the self-assessment, verification and evaluation of the program's quality were modified. So let's start with Chapter 4, Organization of Academic Activities and Formative Process. It is about the students' obtention of good results from activities developed by academic programs. So according to Article 23, institutions have to specify a relationship between academical and educative project. Present activities to develop in practical background. Present strategies to keep the students' formative process. One of the conditions, according to Article 62, the academic curriculum activities of each institution are monitored, verifying that they comply with the standards and indications that allow their recognition as high quality. The next one is Chapter 5. It is about the evidence of incorporation of these three, like innovation, artistic and cultural creation, with the students and professor in the knowledge development. Also, academic programs have to evidence investigation results in the innovation and cultural and artistic creation. One of the conditions are the visualization of the project in the long term must be fully justified with the project to be carried out in the future. The next one is the relationship with the external sector. It is about the activities created by the academic program in order to achieve articulation and systematization with communities, sectors, among others. Institutions have to include a plan and mechanism linked to the social, technological, and cultural sector. Include planning that include the entire community following institutional mission and keep remaining students' formation basis. And finally, the conditions. The most important conditions that are highlighted is the agreement and conventions that supports practices or internship with the external sector.
Now let's continue talking about the professors. In this case, we will begin by saying that the institution must have a group of professors that support the fulfillment of the formative, academic, teaching, scientific, cultural, and extension task of the academic program. And this group of professors may be evidenced through a linkage plan according to the progress of the general curriculum and other academic activities in charge of the academic program. Each institution in its autonomy must define and argue how many professors it considers are required to meet the conditions of quality of curricular aspects, such as organization of academic activities and training process, research, innovation, and or artistic and cultural creation, and the relationship with the external sector according to the defined institutional policies. The above is important in coherence with the modality or modalities, the place or places of development, and the level of formation of the academic program, and the legal nature, typology, and institutional identity, and taking as a reference similar programs nationally and internationally. And for its argumentation, the institution must demonstrate that the number of professors that will attend the academic program covers the formative academic teaching, scientific, cultural, and extension work of the academic program, according to the type of linkage and time education of the professor. Also, the professor may participate in more than one academic program, as long as the form of organizations allows the fulfillment of the foreseen tasks. Could be interdisciplinarity and the integration of professors in the institutional dynamics. Another important aspect is that the institution has to demonstrate that the number of professors is coherent with the projected number of students, in accordance with the academic, formative, scientific, or again cultural and extension work, and in correspondence with the type of relationship and dedication of the professors. And finally, here in these two images, there are some other articles in which we can see another aspects that has to be the teacher profile for the institution. And finally, we have to talk about the requirements in terms of physical and technological infrastructure for these high quality programs. In this case, we have to say that the institution must have the physical and technological infrastructure projected in learning environments to cover the general curriculum, as well as to meet the academic and administrative activities of the program, taking into account the particularities of the field or fields of education and training, and the formative, the academic, teaching, scientific, cultural, and extension work of the program, consistent with the modality or modalities, the place or places of development, and the level of training of the academic program. For masters and doctoral academic programs, the infrastructure must be specific in laboratories, experimentation and creation areas, when the field or fields of education and training so require.